What the Jucko is, everybody? Jendo here, back at it with another video. It is time for the Erel to kill Black Mage, and this is going to be what, ep 3 or 4 of the Adventures of Jucko? I can't remember, but look, let's just dive into it. So first up, a quick overview of the spec that Jucko is right now. So this is basically everything from week 2 prog, basically full stop. This is what I managed to reach. I think I managed to get level 18 symbols, just barely, and everything else is basically the same. So around the 84 mil mark, maybe, I think I was maybe 89 mil, but not much else changed outside of all this gear. But yeah, see the gear I'm running. This is, so we got the emblems. So this is basically all the special damage gear that I have. The emblem is 3-line, sorry, secondary is also 3-line. It's like a boss. 2-line boss, 1-line attack, I believe. Look, and then these are the FAMs. FAMs are relatively simple. All right, so without further ado, let's dive in and VOD review my Black Mage run. Yeah, this took a while. So boom, boom. That's the game. There we go. Little Hayato jump scare. Alrighty, so phase 1 is very simple if you just burst out of it. You don't really need to learn it. It is probably one of the hardest phases in Black Mage because you can get completely maxed out by this, is it Ruin? Ruin's one of them. The white one. You can get maxed out by the white one. So usually, ideally, you want to get hit with Black Curse and then bind both. And to bind both, you jump up into the air, float upwards using blink, hold down blink key, and then you should be able to get both of them. Here I fail it, don't bind the white one, managed to at least get him stuck with the other thing, and there you go. That's phase 1 done. And this isn't actually the clear, but in my clear I didn't actually record the phase 1, but I managed to phase 2 and onwards. I managed to do it. The phase 2, I jump in and I throw down Fountain on the right side. You kind of want to play always right side because of debris. So you have the falling white balls and then the rolling purples. They will always like basically start from the left hand side and they'll go this way and get you. And if you ever go to the left hand side, always move back as fast as possible. You ideally want to dodge to the right. Black Mage opens up with, so his chains attacks can kind of bonk you when he goes like super chains. So always try and be spamming on Fountain, and you can move around as the chains kind of like lag and like attack from like you get the initial strike, that's when they're going to land. So you have the option of moving, so you can like dash left or right, nice jump. On Erel with the shield and standing on, pressing up on the Fountain, you can just always go up. And you can see here comes the white falling. Now for these, you can, I always like TPing through them. It's very reliable doing it that way. And you can see the purples. Purples are a little bit more tricky, but I usually jump up, use the float skill, which is this one, blink, hold down blink. It's called float because I play Erel. And then I will just like TP, because if you stay still for too long, the chains can, they can mess you up. So we are through basically the first like part of phase 2 where he does like all of his attacks, ending with the FMA. And then we can get ready for the first burst. So I break the shield first just to make sure I do a little bit more damage. And you always want to be wary when the spears from the ground spawn, so you know where you want to have a safe spot. The first aura burst goes in. It does a pretty good chunk of damage. That's usually the premise of phase 1. And I make sure I save iframe to be after the burst, because usually the timing wise, the moment you finish your origin, you're going to get completely swarmed with spears, rollings, and the falling debris. It's just absolute crazy. Make sure you save your iframe until then. But phase 1 or phase 2 is fairly straightforward. It's just those strings of attacks. I don't know why I was struggling to say that. And you can see I get maxed out by that. Which what do I do here? Let's do a little bit of VOD review as well. So I think, so I get paralyzed because I'm spawning Fountain. I see this spear go up. I'm like, cool, safe spot. Where I should have just turned around and gone here. Instead, I go left. And yeah, always go right. So it's, you want to like try and understand where the spears spawn I just dashed right instead of left, I would have been fine and I could have saved a life. So I made sure to look at the test. Always like, it's really tough because for me at least, I default looking at my character because I'm waiting for spears to spawn on the ground so I can react to those, which takes away your eyeballs from Black Mage. And Black Mage like telegraphs attacks. Like that left little crush is more spears. And then if he does, it's like a purple or like a different color red orb, I believe. You can dictate where the double flash are the orbs, and then you can kind of dictate where the test is going to be. So you can prepare for what he's going to throw at you by looking at Black Mage. You kind of want to like move your eyes between seeing what spears are, seeing what Black Mage is doing. Here's a double rolling into, both rolling and into the white balls. You can see that I, fuck, that was terrible. So first up, I should have just TP'd like held up and right and then used the dash to go there. Would have dodged this and I was going into here. So here is fine, I'm okay, but I immediately get hit by a spear, hit with a life, so I don't have time to use Erel. And then I just, I still have Black Curse on because I hit with 2 spears and I graze against a purple rolling. That's 2 lives. It's gone. Like that's the thing. Like chain dying is a thing in this boss. You can easily just lose 10 lives in an instant, like 3 or 4. Like expect. Like if I then had a HP death, that's another one. So it is pretty brutal. So you can see here we go. He just the message appears. He crushes an orb to dictate which side. It's probably the hardest thing for me, at least, is I had to be mindful of that. So yeah, Erel is good in the sense that he does a lot of damage and is relatively safe because he has a 10-second iframe, but he has no real on-demand get out of jail free card like a 3-second or 2-second iframe on a short cooldown where you can kind of like what's the word, shore up your weakness. There is no like, oh shit, I'm gonna be able to survive this, let me just pop the iframe. So with that that white debris attack, I managed to just TP away from it, which is preferred. And then the purples jump up, hold down blink, and then use Path of Theon, Charge of Theon, one of the two, to gain some distance so you don't get maxed out by chains. Alright, this video is going to take a long time because the next phase is crazy, but we've seen enough from phase 2. We can jump into phase 3. More or less the same thing happens. You can kind of tank the orbs thanks to Fountain. Make sure you have max Fountain for this fight. It trivializes phase 2. Here I need to try and chip him out. Don't want to lose any more lives. I used to use iframe. I think I used iframe to say fuck it. Oh no, I just managed to clear it because you get iframe for that, which is good. All right, phase 3. This is the make it or break it. Phase 3 is the hardest phase of Black Mage, because he has a very precise mechanic and pattern that you have to get used to. His first one, I think the most important mechanic of Black Mage is his kick. Yeah. For me, it's every about, it's like I think 4 seconds, he will use his kick where he just goes crazy mode. He knocks you back and gives you White Curse, and there is a brief stun. Like a brief, not like an actual CC stun, but there's a time where you just can't do anything on your character. And this is extremely dangerous when it's paired with lasers. These lasers happen ever so often. You have these blue lasers, which give you Black Curse. And then ever so often, Black Mage can then cause super lasers, these purple ones, which do even more damage. And this combo is basically what can kill you the most. So to protect against it, either leave his range or more commonly, you want to duck. And you can see I get whacked with Black Curse. And if you already have Black Curse, you can just get whacked, and you're also sealed, so you just can't do anything once you proc your curse, which can lead you to dying more often, being hit with more curses, and it's pretty brutal. All right, so that's probably the most important thing to be aware of. Now, thankfully, on Erel, he is fairly safe when he bursts. It's difficult. You can either you can see me. The debris fell down, and I said, "Fuck it." It's more safe if I just go to the left with the TP. Yes, Erel Burst is relatively safe because you do have that 10-second iframe, but it does mean you are pretty vulnerable if you mess up, and because you don't have that the oh shit button. I kind of saved the Ascents to be that. I press an Ascent if I will just get completely maxed out by it. And so the two tests he do is he either makes the floor is lava or he's going to make the ceiling drop on you, basically. And with the floor is lava, you just jump up jump, and then just hold down blink, and you should be pretty okay. Here I go. Now, this is dangerous. Make sure you iframe first. And it was tilting beyond belief whenever you go for a burst, because when you use your sequence, you're standing still for a bit. But you want to make sure that you always use your sequence the moment he does a kick. Here's me again. I lost 2 lives during a burst because I just didn't have my iframe on. So either iframe first or you sequence after he uses the kick, then iframe, and then do your shit. Yeah, it's relatively there are very simple things where this boss can completely take you off guard and do a bunch to bonk you. So when the ceiling is falling, you usually want to hide yourself under these platforms that can protect you. But so you can also stay up here, but it's a little dangerous when Black Mage is so close, because kick is a massive hitbox. It's just not his little person near him. It's like this entire area can just get you. Again, for phase 3, you want to play right side. Have Fountain roughly here, and ideally you want to make sure Black Mage is either on Fountain or just below it or just to the left of it, because you want to make sure you have room to be able to dodge rolling. So you can see here, I couldn't go right to dodge because I had no space. I had to go left, which is a little dangerous, but thankfully the debris white balls weren't being paired with it. All right, so let's keep going. Let's speed this up a little bit because it's a lot. Because I'm below 100 mil CP, you're going to be in phase 3 for a long time. So there's his mechanics, I think, are relatively simple. It comes the ceiling is falling, so I just hide behind the platform. That you really want a big platform to dodge that. And if you don't, try and use Ascent or an iframe. If you don't have that, just good luck, just pray. The falling debris, you can just walk out of it. You don't need a TP through it or do crazy shit. You can just walk. He's going to make sure that you time it so he's not kicking you in the process. Otherwise, she's going to get completely maxed out. Getting hit by rolling purples or the white debris give you white curse. So you're not it's not doomed if you get hit by it. You're just going to make sure that you don't get hit by a laser. The laser is the thing that will give you black curse the most in this fight. Take another life, and it's looking pretty rough. It is looking pretty rough. You want to make sure you have Erel and the 5th job one, Erel and 4th job one as well. Key down, because the moment you press that, you can't get cursed for like 5 seconds, so it can protect you, which I think is the duration of how long a curse lasts. So here I get that again, but I just iframe the ceiling falling down and hurting you. Iframe, use burst, and you're pretty safe, which is great. Which I always go for the safe route, because it's like, look, I'm using the tools the game gives me. I just want to liberate. I don't care how I do it. A clear is a clear. All right, so that's basically phase 3 in a nutshell, as I just talk around so many different things you have to be careful of. There is an option. So here I get hit by the knockback, but everything is fine because he doesn't combo with lasers. It's just that knockback into laser combo that is brutal. And I always keep Fountain up because it just helps you heal through laser spawn. And I'm very liberal with holding down. Usually I can attack, well, I do it on an internal count in my head where I count to like 5 or 6 and I press down. Sometimes he'll then immediately do a kick, but sometimes he will also just not do anything. So I stand up, attack him maybe once or twice, then go back to backing down. And look at that. I'm so close to killing him, and I lose another life. I'm on 4. I have 4 left, which is not good. I use an Ascent to get out of a sticky situation because it's basically an iframe at this point with how much damage it does. And I'm like, shit, man. Can I just chip him out? I'm at 3% left, man. I'm 3%. And tension is high because to this point, it is my best clear so far. I get knocked back, the pressure's getting to me, and I lose another life. I have 3 left. And now I'm thinking, oh man, it comes falling. The ceiling is falling, and I managed to have some platforms in a decent spot for it. I'm also playing a bit too far to the right at this point. And at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to burst again. Just get me out of this phase. I fire my burst, and look, I'm out. Let me see phase 4. First time seeing phase 4 on the Erel. And there are 2 ways to play this fight. You have the option to switch between, basically, if you want White Curse or Black Curse. White Curse allows you to heal. Black Curse disables healing. Well, disables using potions, but you can still use the Fountain. And the benefit of having Black Curse is you do more damage. And if you want to play a lot more safer, you stay in, you have White Curse on you. So Black Shield gives you White Curse, which means you got to dodge all of the white balls. Now, Erel is fairly safe in this phase of the boss, as really you want to be wary of when he does the shotgun pattern. So you see the black balls coming out. That's kind of like the shotgun pattern. See there's white balls, like 3 sets of it. So there's a phase where he'll just sends out like a massive like line of balls towards you, and that's probably the most dangerous pattern. And that's when you kind of want to back up slowly. He's not doing it, as he's just doing 3 sets of each. But yeah, this phase is, you're relatively, like, compared to phase 3, this phase is just long. So there's the shotgun pattern where he sends like a volley of like 6 or 8 sets of 4. You can see that there we go, there's the black pattern. And I die here because of the bombs. The bombs can also max you out, as I think they do like 50% of your HP. So if 2 bombs of the opposite color hit you, like, you're done. Thankfully, I have 2 more lives left, so I just chill, use the entire duration to just, like, compose myself, relax, take a minute to just chill. And then I go again. Wait a little bit. Then it's time. So every so often, I think it's every 30 seconds, you'll get a FMA, and you just want to find the color that you're matching. So I look for the black. I look for the ones on the ground, because you can see what color you got to go to at the bottom or the top. But it's a little, I say it's, I guess, slightly more work if you look on the ones at the top. Or on the ground, you can see a clear difference between what's the color you need. You have a decent time to try and find what you need. It's all about remaining on top of Fountain, topping up whenever I can, making sure I use my shield off cooldown, because these balls do a little bit of damage. That shield actually comes into a great deal of clutch. They do like, what, 6k damage each? I'm like spamming the potion key as well. It's a lot. But yeah, the phase is, it's far more, it's actually a little bit more relaxing. It's like, cool, I've done the hard work, now I just need to chill. You're just going to try and make sure you don't become complacent, as you can still get random HP deaths. Like, you won't ever get, as long as you do not press your interact key for the entire fight, you will never get a curse death in this fight. It's only when you're switching between forms that you risk getting a curse death. It's all HP deaths in this phase. I think it's only the bombs that give you the curse as well. I actually don't know. I think it's the bombs that give you the curse, and they give you the curse of the opposite color. Like, like if I have this black shield around me, I will only ever get white curse. Yeah, you can also see how much the boss can push you back when it does the shotgun patterns, and this is where your spacing in this phase is what is most important. You always want to make sure that you have at least some room so you can back up, because whenever these like shotgun patterns come up towards you, you can kind of like shimmy to the right, or to the left, depending where you're standing. You try and like eke out or move away from it. I do another burst. I think I burst through shield there, and I actually fuck it up because oh no, the tension's getting to me. I fucked up my burst. I was like, it's fine, it's fine. I still have 2 lives. I still got this. I think that's everything in phase 4. Phase 4 is far far simple. You just want to make sure you, whenever he says awaken godly powers, you find the color you need to sit on. I always find a black spot to sit on. Chilling. And you get a pretty decent window to find what you need. Yeah, that's like phase 4 is far easier. I think it is the easiest phase. Phase 4 is the easiest. Then it's probably phase 1 if you can one-shot it. Then phase 2, then phase 4. But phase 3 being the hardest. I'd say probably the last origin burst. Maybe get one more in. But you can see how long I've been in this fight. My buffs are running out. I just realized I don't have a green pot on. Did I run this entire fight without green pot? Surely not. God, I just realized this. Wow. Well, talk about a handicap. Maybe this is why this fight's taken like 30 minutes. All right, let's zoom up. It's more of the same stuff. This fight is long. This is the longest Black Mage fight I've ever done. Lowest CP I've ever done. And I don't quite get it with this burst. 30s are running out. Can't believe I didn't realize that I didn't have green pot on. That's either, I think it's a combination of how tilted I was and how determined I was to clear this thing. I'm surprised I didn't feel it either. Alright, there goes all the buffs. But we just need one more burst. Playing it very close with only 2 lives remaining, but hey, I would have been so stressed if I had 1 life left. And I see now, it's like, cool, I've done it. I've cleared Black Mage. We get the last burst in, and that's a clear. Black Mage soloed. Very happy. That means I do liberate. As we max out our drop rate. I think I'm at like 324. Oh no. I didn't have fam juice. I ran out of fam juice during that as well. But a clear is a clear. 2 arcane number box, which is upset. But hey, I got my paycheck. 4.5 billion mesos. And that's a wrap. Alright. And let me just confirm. Oh no, I did have green pot. It expired. I don't know why these were desynced. Okay, so I just didn't have green pot. What? Oh my god. For 20 minutes. I didn't have green pot for 20 minutes. That's how locked in I was. I was just not looking at this part of the screen. God. Well, that's a clear. I don't have a video of me liberating my weapon because the recording became corrupted. But that does it. That's Black Mage solo on the Erel. As we go back to this. And yeah, the first challenge of week 3 completed. Next up, we have Hard Saren and Hard Kai. I can't remember which order I do it in, but they are next up on the chopping block. But yes, thank you for watching. As always, have a Jucko good day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.